Well, hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Anyway, it is that time of the year. Fall bass fishing is right around the corner, and one of my all-time favorite baits to throw in the early fall and definitely into the fall is, no big surprises here, the A-Rig. So I want to just take you guys through a few of the special little tweaks that I do with my A-Rigs. But first off, you'll notice that I've got the flash mob with the flashers. There's just so many choices out there when it comes to A-Rigs. These just happen to be two of my favorites. They've got good wires, they hold up. It's just like you'll catch 100 bass on them before they're ready for the recycle bin. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys package to rod exactly how I rig these things. But speaking of rod, let's start right there. I like to throw my A-Rigs. Sometimes I go straight braid, but in early fall, I'll go with just 20-pound fluorocarbon. 25 can be okay, but 20, you're going to get those extra long cast, and you're not working the bottom near as much as you do when actual fall gets here. So I find that I get away with the 20-pound test, and that allows me to make longer casts. Speaking of long cast, I like to use 710, 711. You want to get as long a rod as you can handle, and the reason for that, plain and simple, longer cast, more time in the strike zone, better chances of getting you one. And I'm just throwing this on a 711, just a cheap reel that I'm just having good luck with. You know, just whatever one will hold that bigger line for you that you can get past. It's just really no big deal. There's just so many options out there, so just whatever's in your comfort zone, go with that. So let's get to the toys. First off, let's just go ahead and rig this flash mob. This is a very affordable bait, and it's well built. I have not any complaints on them at all. Like I said earlier, I catch a lot of fish on these baits, and they hold up well. So first off, one of the things I do, you can see they come with a little rubber band to hold them there, but you'll see on this one, a lot of A-Rigs, you have to put this bend in them yourself. But with this one, it's no problem. They've already got them started for you, so it's got a little sharper bend than I like, but that's fine. So what you want to do is you just want to hold that head straight up, nice and straight when you go to bending your wires, and just hold your thumb there. Kind of pull that one out, make sure your head's still up, bam. See if you like that. See how I just kind of got that running nice and even up here. Things are looking good, nice and straight out the back there, and I'm pretty happy with the way the bottoms are looking there. So there's just not a whole lot to that part right there, but here's where we go to changing things a little bit. These two top ones, I always remove the clips where my little baits are going to go, and I'll show you just here real quick. Take that bad boy off. That's where the old man problems come in, but we'll get it. Then I grabbed the little, this will be hard to show, little bad boys right here. Now keep in mind, this is just for my upper two baits. So just nice and simple, those just screw right on there. Ta-da. Come on now. This video is probably going to be a little longer than it needs to be, just because I have the old man problems I have to deal with, that being blind. So here we go. Take that off both of your top ones. There you go. So you just nice and easy put that to the side. There we go. See, these come in multiple sizes. I don't even know. It's just a screw lock. You can find them anywhere and everywhere. Put that little bad boy on there. Come on now, don't panic, you're doing good. Oh, club fingers. It's really not this hard. I'm making this look way harder than it actually is. All right, get on there, baby. Really? Come on now. I can't edit, so I'm just gonna make myself look goofy here. Get on there. guess I am going to have to edit. And there, so there you have it. Just that simple. Just put your little twist lock right there on your two upper ones, and notice I leave the clips on the two bottoms and the centers. So what's next for the old A-rig? Well, first off, I just like this is my choice for my A-rigs. I like to go with the 1/4 ounce, and yes, all 3 hooks. Here in California, you're only allowed 3 hooks on your A-rig, and I like the 1/4 ounce, and I put it on all 3, and you'll see why later. A lot of people will put a heavier one on the back hook, and it basically just makes it a little easier to cast, and keeps that A-rig flying a little more true through the air when you have that heavier weight on the back end there. But what I do is I just rig it with a bigger bait that you guys will see here in a minute on that back side. So let's just go ahead and throw these bad boys on. And I do this before I put the baits on, just because I do. There's no real particular reason. So this is all just self-explanatory, super easy, nothing to it, except for being old and not being able to do anything with these big old worn out hands. Just boom, 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 and you can't mess up. It's just like they go under one way, but everything rotates, so you don't have to worry about what direction the head's pointed in. Just go ahead and throw those bad boys on there. And I'm making this look easy. Trust me, the struggle is real. All you young kids out there laughing your tail off right now, you'll be there one of these days. That's why I love fishing with young kids. Chris Perez can vouch for me. It's like, hey kid, tie this on for me, would you? We got to the point he just says, hand that to me, Grandpa. Here we go. Super easy. Put those on there. All right, now the important part. What's the bait of choice? Well, no surprises here. And you'll notice I use 3 different sizes. Bam. I'll let you guys get a look at all these. Here's my 2 top baits. My 2 bottom baits. And my single back bait. Now I'm throwing the smaller one today, but you can always boom, just go with the bigger one on the back, and sometimes you can go with different colors. But my favorite color here this time of year on Clear Lake is the Tennessee Shad. But you know, the light hitch and the hitch, there's a lot of great colors out there, but these just happen to be one of the colors that I really like up here. I lied to you. Here's my little teasers. So these are my 2 top ones. So we'll get them bad boys out. Come on now. And just nothing to it. You just grab this little rascal. Bam, bam. Get off of me. Got flies messing with me. Great. Stick her right in there. Screw her up there. And there you go. See, that's pretty clean when you do it like that. Imagine that if I had that big old clip on there still with that little teaser. I think it just kind of, just personal opinion, I think it takes a little bit away from it. So that's what I choose to do. Grab your next one, just hold that on there. You don't have to worry about getting things all perfect or anything like that. You just get her on there and make her stick. There you go. Get on up there, baby girl. So that's simple. You got your 2 top teasers. Those are on the swivels, so they just work out just fine. Then for this, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna do 2 3/8 on the bottom, 3.8. Nothing fancy about this either. One thing that I do like to do with these is I rig this hook. See, it's a smaller hook in these, but it's a stout hook is why I like it. I like to keep things, these Clear Lake fish, bass, they don't play. They'll test your equipment. So when I rig that, I like to rig it where I have a little extra hook up there. I'm not just running straight through the middle. I kind of angle it up a little bit so I just have more of that hook exposed. Tell me that's not pretty. All Alright, so I grab my other side one, bottom of my main. Same thing. Just get a hold of that head. Start right in the middle, kind of angle it up slightly as you're threading it on. Make sure you come out right in the center. You want to rig them as true as possible. It makes a difference. These things really have great keepers on them too. I'm not real happy with the way that one rigged, but we're going to go with it anyway. And then, last but not least, the smorgasbord. This is the bait. You guys that throw these A-rigs, you know that this is the one the bass is 90% of the time going to be caught on, is the center bait. So I go with a bigger one on that. You can see it's not a whole lot of difference, but it's a little bit bigger. Same thing. Start it right in the center, kind of slightly angle it up. Make sure you come out right there in the center. Get it up on there. And there you have it. In my opinion, a perfectly rigged Alabama rig for early fall bass fishing on Clear Lake, California. Now with these heads, these right here, I'll bend them down just a little bit more. And there you have it. Sweet, simple, and deadly. Clear Lake, California, A-rig. Thank you guys for watching. Hope it helps. Peace out. Well, there you have it. The hard part's done. Now it's time to the easy part. Well, I say the hard part's done. Actually, the hardest part is figuring out where to and how to. But first off, let me show you guys how a lot of you guys, you know, I always use the Palomar, but with the A-rig, you can get away with just that little clip you took off. You can use that to tie your good, nice Palomar right to that, which makes life easier, not having to fight all of this, and then just clip it on there. That does not hurt the action of this bait whatsoever, and in fact, it might even actually help. So, what do you target in the fall here on Clear Lake? Well, I can tell you right now, there is so much bait here in Clear Lake, California right now that in the evenings, it actually looks like it's raining. There's so many of them. But that's exactly what you want to find when you want to come up here. Find those big balls of bait. They can be out in open water. That's even better. If you find them out in open water, that ball of bait actually becomes the structure for the bass. You throw this A-rig out there in one of those big balls of bait, let it sink down through that bait down to the bottom of it, then you go to bringing this thing through there. Those bass are hanging out on the bottom, and that's where they're attacking, out of the bottom. They're not feeding up in the middle of it. They're not feeding up on the top of it. They're feeding on the bottom of that big old ball of bait. So that's where you want to fish this thing. You know, a lot of guys, that's how you target those bait balls with your spinner bait. Well, just do the same thing with this. Just treat this like it's a big old spinner bait. Anywhere that you'd want to be throwing a spinner bait, just think A-rig. It's the same thing. You can throw this up shallow through the brush. I mean, one of my best days out here ever on Clear Lake, me and Mike Rogers, we were throwing these exact A-rigs in 3 foot of water in through the trees at the mouth of Kelsey, and we just absolutely freaking wrecked them. So find the bait, get through there, get into it, get to the bottom of that bait, you can burn it through it, you can slow it down. But one of the cool things about these baits is you can just give them little pops, and these lighter wires, they just really flex and just give it that extra action. So that's just one of the little secrets you can do on your retrieve. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this. I hope these little tricks might help you guys catch that next big one. And as always, when you get up here, treat people the way you want to be treated. Respect the resource, and peace out, baby.